Okay, so I'm recording. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so welcome to tonight's team call. I see some new faces on our call. If you're joining our call from our bigger Big Mama team, the Diamond Council, welcome. This is our small but ever-growing team, the Rise Tribe. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jackie, and I've been a coach for almost 4 years. My coach anniversary is next month on November 30th, I believe, and I can't believe it's almost been 4 years. If you guys are from like the Diamond Council, I'm one of Lindsay's personally sponsored coaches. Lindsay is actually the leader of the Diamond Council. It's her team. She's been coaching a lot longer than I have. She's currently on maternity leave. So she asked me whenever I had a team call to share on the bigger team page. So you guys are all more than welcome to hop on these calls. I record all of my calls and they are on my YouTube channel. You can look it up under my name. And I've been recording my team calls for the past year. So I have a lot of good content recorded and saved on my YouTube channel. So you guys are more than welcome to check that out. So today is Tuesday, October 4th. I'm so happy that I remembered to change the date because originally our call was supposed to be yesterday, but quarter force was, that was the only day that we could sample it. I didn't work out yesterday in the morning because I decided to work on our slides for our call, and I was doing some other stuff before work, and I was like, I'll work out after work, and then I was like, oh dang, like everything was so close. So thank you to our team for being flexible and letting me host the call today. So let's get started. So on the agenda, so for the first part of the call, if you guys are from the Diamond Council, it might sound like a little white noise to you. I'm going to be recognizing some of the coaches on our team and just kind of going some updates that you might be aware of already, but I have new coaches on our team that I want to update on business stuff that's going on with Beachbody. So basically on the agenda for today, I'm going to hop into our September Success Club leaderboard. That's where I'm going to be recognizing our coaches from last month who hit Success Club and had Success Club points. I'm also going to touch a little bit, very, very little on the National Wake Up Call. Any new coaches, if you guys don't know what that is, our National Wake Up Call is a Monday morning call that corporate gives us every single morning. You don't have to listen to it live. I don't get to listen to it live, but Beachbody, we have our own podcast. So if you have an iPhone, you have a podcast app. If you don't have an iPhone, you can still get a hold of that podcast. I'm not sure how because I'm an iPhone user. But if you guys have iPhones, just go into your podcast app, type in Beachbody, and you guys can literally tap into like it's our archive of all of our recorded calls. And every Monday morning, Beachbody is hosting this call. It's corporate, so they're updating us on programs, anything new that's going on with Shakeology, anything that's changing within the business and that we need to be aware of. They're letting us know any events coming up, announcements, all that good stuff. So it's important that we listen to that call every single week. After that, I'm going to just kind of quickly go over some business updates. I'm going to touch on Super Sunday for my new coaches that don't know what Super Saturday is. This year for my local Southern California coaches, it's on Sunday. So it's called Super Sunday. It's going to be in San Diego, and we're going to be working out with Joel and Jericho themselves. They're actually going to be in San Diego, and we get to work out with them live. I got to work out with Jericho earlier this year at a Super Saturday during the springtime. Amazing. She's amazing. Like, I love her energy, and that workout's going to be awesome. So it's pretty cool that we get to sample that live. You know, we can take pictures with them and take a video and kind of post that on our social media. So I'm excited for that. And then I'm going to dive into the content of how to use and build Instagram. Instagram is like my baby. Like, I have had Instagram since it released, like years and years ago. I never knew I was going to use Instagram or Facebook for my business, but I'm so glad that I've never given up on that platform. At this point, I feel like I'm getting more new customers and clients from like Facebook, but I'm converting them from my Instagram over to Facebook. I'd say it's probably like 60% Facebook, maybe 50. Instagram is pretty high. I've been just so consistent on there, and I love it. I love using it. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's working for me. So I just wanted to share with you guys what's worked for me. So yeah, let's get started. So this is our September Success Club leaderboard from last month. Leading the pack myself with Success Club 11. My goal was 15. And, shoot for the stars and land on the moon. So I ended the month with Success Club 11, which is pretty cool because I was literally writing like Success Club 3 like the whole month. September was a really hard month, and every single year September is a hard month because it's back to school and people are just busy with sports, end of the summer activities, and they're just not really focused on their health and fitness. So for those of us that did hit Success Club, like I'm super proud of you guys because after the summer, like there's this like slow season. And it's really hard to help people get committed because they're just so busy and they don't really care. I mean, they care about their goals, but they're just like, they use time as an excuse. So it's a big deal when I can actually help someone realize like it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, like you can start now. So added 2 new coaches to our team. Sarah ended the month with Success Club 6. Mariana, first month as a coach, super proud of her, Success Club 4, and she added a new coach. That's more than what I did in my first 6 weeks as a coach, which is amazing. Viviana, same Success Club 4 and 1 new coach, and she hit Emerald. I should have posted her Emerald picture on here, but she rank advanced her business, and she moved from coach rank to Emerald rank. So now she gets to benefit from all of the Emerald perks. So I'm super excited for you. And Marie, Success Club 2, and Yvonne, Success Club 1. So I just wanted to congratulate you ladies for an awesome month. And I actually want to challenge you to double that activity and those results for this month, especially because we have a new program release. And I'm actually going to be working on a training on how to effectively have like a new program launch. So that, of course, will be recorded. If I have any coaches on here from the Diamond Council, like I said, everything I do is always recorded and it's always posted on my YouTube channel. So you guys can check it out there. Okay, so collectively as a team, we helped change 23 people's lives in the month of September. Like 23 people said, you know what, I'm going to commit and I'm going to invest in this challenge pack or in this bag of Shakeology. I'm going to join this group and I'm going to be coached by this person. And I'm going to start my journey. So 23 people, that's awesome. So when you do the math and you kind of just put it all together, I think it's a really cool thing to just, it's like a cool number to see. And, no matter if you had a low month, if you're a coach that normally hits Success Club 10 or 15 and you hit Success Club 5, like that still matters. Like any person that you help commit to a challenge pack or just joining your group, like that person still matters. So I love adding up those numbers and collectively as a team, kind of just sharing with you guys our teamwork and, that we're paying it forward. So, what's that? I don't know where that came from, that red line. I've seen this happen before. I've watched other coaches' training videos and lines will start showing up on their slides. So that's kind of weird. But anyways, on to the next slide. So the National Wake Up Call. Okay, so coaching to month 2 and beyond was last week's call, but I was behind. So I listened to that call this week and I listened to Monday's call yesterday as well. So last week's call with Christy was a really good call. She really my biggest takeaway from that call was just that we have to remind ourselves that, this business is a gift and we can't make that decision for people, whether we think that this is a great opportunity for them or not. Like we don't have the right to say, oh, this person's too busy to be a coach. Oh, this person doesn't have enough money to sign up to be a coach. Oh, this person is not interested in health and fitness. Like you're making that decision for them. So our jobs is just to always put it out there for them and let them make that decision. And she kind of, what would be the right word? She kind of just re-edified. I don't know if that's a word. Reiterated maybe. She just kind of reminded me of that. And it's so true because we get caught up in our thoughts and we start thinking like we have this list of people that, in our heads, we're like, we'd be so excited to share it with them, share the opportunity with them, or maybe even just joining our groups. But we're already thinking in our head, like, you know what, that person's too busy. I know that she's planning her wedding, all these excuses. And that's not fair because guess what? I've had people where I have made assumptions in my head, and then I actually talk to them, and I find the guts to invite them, and then they're like, yeah, like I would totally do this. Like I would totally become a coach, or I'm really interested in your group. And then you're like kind of taken back and you're like, dang, like I should have never assumed that she was so busy, because sometimes the busiest people are the ones that get the most things done because they're on a time crunch and they don't waste time. So that was a really good call from last week. And she just kind of touched on coaching beyond month 2. The minute someone joins your group, like they're with you forever. So that's where the real work begins. The work isn't talking to them, finding their goals, having them purchase their challenge pack or whatever. Like the work starts the minute they become your customer or a client. I like to call them clients because a customer they make one-time purchases. Like I don't like to use that word. I just really I have client engraved in my head. So clients keep coming back to you forever, right? This week's call for Monday was from Michelle Myers. Super awesome mom. She's a mom of 3. She's really just like, she doesn't beat around the bush, and it was more of like a motivational call. I didn't really get too many like action steps, which is fine. You're not going to get that every week, but she kind of just taught us how to like own our business and to kind of stop the excuses, and that no one can really do this for you. You have to be willing to do it for yourself. So really good calls. And I have a little picture of the Team Beachbody podcast. So download that onto your app. Start listening to calls. As a mom, I don't have time to sit down and listen to a call anymore like I used to before I had my son. So I make the most out of my time. So whenever I'm driving or if I'm doing laundry or whatever I'm doing, I try to listen to a call. And it's all about multitasking, finding, in between the cracks. Okay, so the coach monthly newsletter, I talk about this a lot, but I feel like a lot of coaches aren't utilizing this. It's a lot of information, a lot of important information. Corporate sends this out to everyone, and if you're not receiving it, there's a way that you can get it just by logging into your back office. When you scroll to the bottom, there's a little tab where you can input your email, and it's basically signing up for the newsletter. You should automatically be receiving this, but if for some reason, some technical issue you're not, go ahead and log into your back office, and there's a way for you to subscribe to your coach monthly newsletter. If you're a Diamond coach, we get this monthly newsletter. It's called the Diamond Insider. We get this a day before the new month. So I got this the last day of September, which is kind of cool. So I quickly just wanted to click on it just to show you guys what it looks like for any new coaches that haven't seen it. This is basically what it is. It's really important because a lot of you are probably like, well, what challenge packs are on sale? How much are they? So these are the challenge packs that we have on sale that you see right here. It says last month. I don't know why they're saying that. I don't know if they're not going to have any more. I'm assuming for November and December, they're probably just really going to focus on Core de Force. So you can kind of use that as an incentive for people and say, you know what? This month only, like it's the last month of the year. Maybe you've been considering the 21-day fix all year. This is the last month that you can get it for $10. So when we say that, what does that mean? Well, they're technically getting the program for $10. If the 21-day fix challenge pack is $140, Shakeology alone is $130. So $140, that means $10. They're literally getting an entire fitness program, meal plan, containers, Shakeology shaker cup, DVDs, access to Beachbody on Demand for 30 days for $10. So it's a really good incentive, and that's how I help a lot of people kind of see the value in it. So just say it's the last month, and then after that, it's just going to go up to the regular price, and it's going to be more expensive. And people usually kind of click, and they're like, okay, fine, like I'm going to do it. I've been watching you for 6 months. I'm finally ready. So here they have top 10 challenge pack sellers. It's a promotion. So they always have friendly competitions going on, and Beachbody loves rewarding their coaches that are working hard. So for the top 10 challenge pack sellers in October, win an Apple Watch. Like they will literally send you an Apple Watch. So that's kind of cool. Success Club, if you guys hit Success Club 5 this month, you'll get access to a webcast. It's basically like a business training, personal development webcast with a social media expert. These are really good because, again, you always want to be learning and growing. And Beachbody, like at Coach Summit and stuff, they pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get like the best world known speakers to come out to talk to us. Same thing with these like little webcasts. You know, the person that wrote that book, You're a Badass, it's a really popular book that's going around this year. I mean, they gave us a free 1 hour, like she literally spoke specifically to Beachbody coaches. Earlier this year, it was a Success Club reward as well. So it's kind of cool. You know, they're always incentivizing us because some people are motivated by stuff like that. Monthly highlights, they have a team spirit contest. I still don't really understand this. I have to dig into the FAQ. The FAQ is just, it's all the information. If you guys didn't know, it's, so I kind of have to dig into that. I don't really, it's a competition, so I don't really want to talk about it because I don't understand it. The Beachbody Challenge quarterly. So all of the, you know, if you guys didn't know, Beachbody is currently looking for their new their super trainer. So if you guys have access to Beachbody on demand, you guys can actually be watching this. It's kind of like a TV series. So that's kind of cool. The yoga retreat, Fixate, which is Autumn's new cooking show. Like, they have so many things going on. They have all of the questions that you probably have about core de force right here. There's an FAQ. You click on that. Events, like, there's just so much. So that's why this monthly newsletter, like, I use it all month. Like, I refer back to it all month. So it's important that you guys are utilizing it. Okay, so what's next? Where is my, okay. So that's that. So Super Sunday, like I said, for us that are from Southern California, it's not Saturday this year. Well, there is a lot that are on Saturday, but the biggest one in our area is going to be in San Diego, and it's on Sunday. I'm not too happy about the times. It's from 4 to 7, but you know, it is what it is. So Joel and Jericho themselves are actually going to be there. They're going to lead a live core de force workout. There's probably going to be 300 to 400 coaches. It's going to be awesome. So if you guys are on our team, the Rise Tribe, I have already posted about this in our team page. I have that link right here where you guys can purchase your tickets. It's $20. So that's that. So you guys have to commit to these events. Okay, so now I want to dig into Instagram. So like I said, I've had Instagram since the beginning, but maybe you're a new coach and you're like, you know what, I just started my Instagram and I don't have followers. And my biggest piece of advice that I can give you guys is that your account will not grow if you are not consistent. And if you're not giving people a reason to follow you. Same thing with like Snapchat. The only reason why my Snapchat followers grow is because I tell people to go follow me. If maybe you're someone that's had Facebook and you're just like, you sign up as a coach and you're like, you know what, I kind of want to dip my toes into Instagram. Well, guess what? You need to talk about it on your Facebook. You need to direct people from Facebook to your Instagram. So they're very different platforms. So let's dig into it. I don't know why those red lines are showing up on my slides. Anyways, so, you know, regardless if you're a hobby coach, you know, I think if you're on this call, you're not a hobby coach. You want more than just you want this business to be more than just a hobby for you, because let's be honest, like if you guys are hobby coaches, discount coaches, it can get kind of expensive. So hopefully you guys don't take that the wrong way. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's true. Like if you're just a hobby coach, like it can get expensive. So if you're a business building coach, you're helping people every month, you're creating an income for yourself, and you're not having to pay for Shakeology or your business fee out of your own pocket or all that stuff. So this is a business. Like you guys have to think about it as a business. So you have to be professional, right? So think about, you know, the coach that you signed up with. Think about what attracted you to that person. Like maybe you found them on Instagram. Like what is it about them? What were they doing? What were they posting that, you know, kind of motivated you to want to talk to them or motivated you to want to learn more about coaching or their groups? So show up in your business how you would show up to work. You guys have like a professional career or just like, you know, like a good 9-to-5 job. Like how do you guys show up to work? I'm sure you guys shower and look decent and you try to have a good attitude, right? You know what irks me is when people go on social media and, you know, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, and they are just so negative. Like nobody wants to see that stuff. Like we all have issues going on, but don't bring the drama, especially if you guys want to build a business, like if you want to like build your Beachbody business or whatever, like you guys kind of have to just talk about that through a message, call someone, text someone, but don't post it on your Instagram or your Facebook. And nobody wants to see that stuff. The minute I see people that are like super negative or just posting their drama, I unfollow them. Like I don't need to see that on social media. So if you guys are doing that, stop it. So you want to attract people to your page, right? So with Instagram, the platform, it's all pictures, right? With Facebook, you can be a little bit more of like, if you're a good writer, like you can write more like story type on Facebook, like have longer posts. But with Instagram, it's a picture feed. That's all it is. So you have to have attractive pictures. Yes, you have to work a little bit harder to get pictures. Like now it's just kind of like second nature. In the beginning, I did feel a little stressed and overwhelmed, like, dang, like, how do I get a good picture, you know? Till this day, I have people asking me, like, how do you record yourself? And, like, it wasn't always easy, but I've been consistent with it, that now I'm good at, like, recording myself kind of wherever, you know, my workout videos or whatever, or taking pictures with a timer. I don't even have a tripod, like, all that fancy stuff. Like, I want to get that stuff, but for right now, I'll literally just have a cup and I'll put my phone on it, and I'll record myself. And it's kind of cool because you can see yourself. So it's kind of like a mirror. So it's not that hard to record yourself or to take like selfies or whatever. Like if you want to take your before pictures, like you can do it yourself as well. You just kind of have to find a good spot with lighting and where you can put your phone up. So your pictures have to be attractive. So if you're using the flash, just don't. Like there's no reason for you to be using the flash. Like if you're using the flash, you're not taking the picture properly. You guys need some sort of natural lighting, or turn the lights on in your house, or get a Diva ring light or something. I don't use, my pictures on Instagram don't have the flash because it just doesn't look appealing. So ask yourself, when I follow someone new on Instagram, what attracted me to them? What made me want to follow them? And don't tell you, okay, yeah, maybe you followed your coworkers, your friends, your family, whatever, but this is someone like that you don't know. Because that's the cool thing about Instagram. Like on Instagram, I feel like people can be more friendly. And on Facebook, people take it a little bit more personal, and they're like, well, I don't really know you. So it's a little bit, I don't want to say it's harder to add like random people on Facebook, but you have to put a little bit more work. With Instagram, like people can just follow whoever they want. And if people want to be followed, they won't have their account private. That's another thing too. If you guys have a private Instagram account, you guys better go make that unprivate after this call. Because put yourself in that situation. How many times have you tried to click on someone's profile and it's private? I mean, unless you really want to follow that person, or unless you like know that person personally, you're probably not going to hit follow, right? Because their account's private. So, you know, you might be a little bit scared and you're like, well, I don't want a bunch of people seeing my stuff. It's not going to happen, you guys. I've been doing it for 4 years, and like, thanks to God, nothing's happened. But like, it's okay. Like, you can have your stuff not be private. And 9 times out of 10 people, you're actually going to increase your followers if your stuff is not private, because people can see it on hashtags. You'll be easily found, and you have nothing to hide. When people have a private account, yes, it's probably more of like a privacy issue, but then again, it's kind of like, well, what are you hiding? It's Instagram, it's social media. Like, you're posting pictures on the internet regardless, so you might as well have your account be public, right? So again, ask yourself, when you follow someone new, say it's like a fitness person, maybe someone's posting healthy recipes, maybe you're following a mom that takes really cute pictures of her kids. Ask yourself, like, what made you want to follow them? And I'm pretty sure it's because they have aesthetically appealing pictures. They're consistent. You know, they have really cute quotes or whatever, you know, kind of just whatever attracts you to them. Okay, so here are some tips. Brighten up your pictures. There are plenty of apps. I wish I would have taken a screenshot of my apps, but if you guys have any questions on the apps that I use, let me see if I can actually show it to you guys. A lot of my apps I've actually paid for, because those were like the really good ones, and I paid like $1, $2, like no more than that. So I don't know if you guys can probably see that. I use Rona, I use Square Ready, I use Rona and Word Swag a lot for like just like wording on my pictures. And that's pretty much it. I use PicPay. This is the one that I use for my videos for music that everyone always asks me about. I think I paid $3 for that app, but guess what? I've been using it for over a year, and I get a lot of new clients that way because I post videos of myself working out. What else do I use? Those are pretty much it. My favorite ones are Rona and WordSwag, PicPay Post, and I also use Splice. It's right there next to my Starbucks app. It's called Splice. That's the one I use to speed up my workout videos. Like if they're too long, I'll just speed them up. Sometimes it's kind of amusing. Is that a word? Yeah, I don't know. To have like workout videos that are kind of like faster, like you add speed to them. Anyways, make them clear to see. If your pictures aren't clear, they're just not gonna get it. Like people aren't gonna like it, you know. Like how many times, I mean, I'm sure you guys follow a few people and you're like, that picture's so dark, like I can't even see, like why did they post this? Like, was this an accident? Don't add a lot of wording to your pictures. I've learned the hard way with this. It's really fun to just kind of add a bunch of stuff to it, but you'll kind of lose people's interest with that as well. So just kind of be careful if you guys start posting, you guys start doing your promo posts, like the ones that you have seen me do. In the beginning, I used to add a lot of wording to it, and it's so busy. So now I've learned to kind of just put less words on my pictures, especially on a promotional post. Like if I'm promoting for a group or a sneak peek or something, I just try to put some words on it just to like attract people to it, but I want to keep them curious. I don't want to tell them everything. I learned from a business coach that I follow, give people the ketchup, not the burger. So if you're adding wording to your pictures, give them the ketchup, but don't give them the whole burger and add a whole paragraph to your picture of like words. Stick to the same filters. This is kind of hard for me, but there's a lot of accounts that I follow because they have the same filter on all of their pictures. So when I look at their feed, it just kind of vibes, like it just kind of goes together, and it looks pretty, like it's pretty to look at. So if you can find a filter that you like, and if you can kind of stay consistent with it, I mean, I know some of this stuff might sound silly, but if you guys do your own independent research on like Instagram and like statistics and like what makes people want to follow someone, it's like little things like this. Like I'm teaching you guys this because I dig into a lot of like Instagram trading. I learned from Chalene Johnson. She talks about this stuff all the time. So yeah. Make them eye-catching. So just always ask yourself, like when you're posting something, like would I be attracted to this? Like is this something that I would like? Because you want to attract people like you, right? So just kind of always give yourself that reality check. So we live in a very, very noisy world, and you have to learn to stand out. So how can you guys stand out on social media? And this isn't something that I've mastered. Trust me, I am constantly learning. With the new Instagram update, now that it's owned by Facebook, it sucks. Like it really does. Like I don't want to discourage you, but I'm not going to give up on it. And things are always changing. But now that they've added stories to Instagram, like the amount of people that are seeing your posts is like way less. But people are still seeing your stuff, but it's way less than what it used to be before they came out with Instagram stories. So if you guys don't have Snapchat, or maybe you're not comfortable, I would definitely step out of your comfort zone and start using Instagram stories. I learned from Chalene Johnson, if you guys have both Snapchat and Instagram stories, try to use Instagram stories more for like tips, quick videos. Like keep it from like maybe 5 to 10 snaps. You know, it's not Snapchat, but like stories, I guess you could say. Because, you know, always think like yourself. Like I follow people, and when they show up at the top of my feed, you know, they're little circles. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm just going to show you real quick, just if there's a new coach on here that's never used Instagram. Hopefully you guys can see now it has people at the very top in those little circles. That means that they've posted a story. Like if I click on someone and I see a bunch of dashes, I see like 20, I'm not going to watch their whole thing. I just don't have the time for it. If I see someone who's like an influencer and I'm like, you know what, I love this girl's feed, and she has 5, maybe 4 stories, like dashes at the top, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to, like, I want to see what she has to say. So you want to add value to someone's life, but like in a short, like quick way. So find ways to kind of talk quickly about your tips. And Snapchat is more of like a fun thing. People get to see like your true personality on Snapchat. So if you're kind of using both the way I am, I'm kind of testing them both out right now. With Snapchat, I'm very much myself, very silly, the filters, kind of real raw into like my life. And with Instagram stories, I'm trying to just stick to my brand, and I talk to moms, even though I have, you know, men following me, like cousins, friends, all that stuff. I specifically talk to my market through my Instagram stories, and I tell them, moms, like today when I was showering my son, I was like, you know, hey moms, like what do you guys do during bath time? And like I was talking, and then I quickly changed the camera and I showed my son, and I put it back on myself, and I said, what do you guys do during bath time? Like, do you have any new suggestions? So I'm either asking for help from like my target market, because people love giving their opinions. So if you guys ask someone a question, they will tell you what they like. So I'm always asking them, because that builds that relationship. Or I'm giving them a tip. Like last night, I believe I was giving new moms my tips on like, you know, how I got started with my health and fitness. So I kept it kind of short and sweet. So that's just kind of a tip. So again, with pictures on Instagram, we have 10 minutes left. You guys have literally 2 to 3 seconds to catch someone's attention. Like, it's fast. Ask yourself, how fast are you guys scrolling through social media? Like when you guys are spending downtime on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, literally, like how fast are you guys scrolling? I bet your butt you guys are scrolling really fast. And then you stop and you're like, oh wait, I like that picture. So what made you stop the scroll? What is it about that person? I bet you anything they have a really pretty clear picture. Maybe you're following some other coaches, which is fine because you're inspired by them and you want to get some creative ideas. What is it about that picture that that coach used? Like, how did she use her wording? Like, how did she edit it to look so cute for her, like 5-day clean eating challenge or whatever, you know? And 9 times out of 10, it's because people have a really pretty clear picture. It's centered, you know? So just always be asking yourself, like, what made me want to like this picture? What made me want to stop and actually look at it? Because we live in just such a busy, fast world. Like people, like their attention span is like 4 seconds. So you have to get really good at, you know, just kind of mastering taking pictures and editing it. I've had coaches in the past kind of get frustrated, but you guys, like you're learning something new. Like you can't expect things to always be easy. So, yeah. Okay, so ask yourself, what inspires me on social media? Like, is there stuff, I'm sure there's stuff that you guys come across of, like whatever inspires you, put that back out. Like if there's something that inspires you and it kind of meshes with like who you are and your brand, again, you always want to be attracting people like you because those are the best people to work with. I don't want to attract people that don't get me. So whatever inspires me, that's what I post out. And whoever thinks like me, whoever's like my age and who's married and is a mom, like they're going to like that picture. What throws you off? Drama, being negative, sexual pictures, just weird stuff. Like on Facebook too, you guys, please. I know this isn't a Facebook training, but stop sharing everyone's stuff. Like if you guys want to have a business and you want people to come to your page and be like, damn, like this girl knows what she's doing. Like she's super motivating. She's on her journey. Stop hitting share on everyone's stuff. Like it needs to be your content. If you see something that's inspiring, whatever, make it your own. A lot of people share a bunch of videos on Facebook. Just stop doing that if and only you want to grow your business. Like if you want to have a legit business and you want to use social media to grow your business and your online presence. So again, what throws you off? If there's something that throws you off, never allow yourself to post that. I don't care how sad or mad or whatever you are. Just try not to post that on social media because no one likes negative Nancy's. If you have a negative, obviously, if you have a bad day, I post about that, but I always have a positive twist towards the end because if I'm negative on social media, guess what? Whatever you put out into the world, it's going to come right back at you. Whatever you guys put out, you attract back in. So if you're being negative, drama, whatever, sad all the time, that stuff's going to come back into your life and you're going to attract people with a bunch of excuses, negative Nancy's, all that stuff. Totally been there. Just don't do it. Okay, so what makes you laugh? You know, just kind of ask yourself, like, constantly be asking yourself, like, what is it that I like on social media, and put that out there. Put a little bit more effort, use some apps. If you have to spend $2 or $3 on an app, it's an investment, you guys. It's for your business. I'm constantly getting asked, like, what kind of apps I use. And I know I'm being asked that because the good apps you actually have to pay for, right? And if it's less than $5, like, I'm totally going to pay for it, because my return on investment is a lot bigger if I help 5 people get on a challenge pack, from like one cute picture that took me 20 minutes to make, with an app that I paid $2 to $3 for, right? Okay, so that's the end of my slides, but I quickly wanted to get into this. So I made another social media training. This was last year, but it's really good. I was really proud of this one. So again, we talk about consistency a lot, and if you guys are not consistent in anything, I literally have 3 minutes left before Zoom kicks me off. But if there's anything you guys get out of this call, is just be consistent. The only way you're going to get good at something is if you do it consistently every single day. Your workouts are hard. Guess what? They don't get easier. You get better with time because you're doing it every day. Maybe you suck at taking pictures. Guess what? You'll get better if you're consistent and if you try every single day. Same thing with videos. Maybe you suck at recording yourself with videos. I was once there too. What you guys see now is 3 years in the making of trying to, if you guys ever have time, you're more than welcome to go through my videos. It's a lot easier on my Facebook. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom, it was like in the garage. I was like super far from my camera. It was kind of dark, and I was doing turbo fire. Okay, like those were the kind of videos that I had, but slowly with time I've gotten better. So I'm very consistent in sharing my journey, very, very consistent with that. I'm consistent with sharing with people that I'm actually working out. I don't just talk about the workouts, I do them myself. I'm sharing with people what I'm eating. That includes the beer that I drink, the wine that I drink, the donuts, whatever. I'm not always sharing that, of course, because nobody wants a coach that, is all over the place. But, if you're making healthy choices 80% of the time, 20% of the time you're enjoying yourself, that's okay too. In the beginning, I was so scared, when I became a coach, because I was like, man, like now everyone's watching me, and like, I have to be like on top of my shit all the time. Like, no one relates to perfection. So share your healthy meals, share those recipes. And if you're on the weekend and you want to enjoy a donut, take a picture of that donut. Like, who cares? That's who you are. I'm always posting to my ideal clients. So I'm always talking to busy moms, because that's exactly who I am. So speak to your ideal client. Do not talk to the whole world. Speak to who you are. If you're a mom right now, talk to moms. If you're like a young girl that's getting married and you don't have kids, talk to those girls that are sweating for the wedding. Whoever you are, that's your ideal client or customer. Speak to them. I'm talking about my online fitness groups with Snapchat and Instagram stories. It's so awesome that you can take a quick video of checking into your groups. I do that a lot. I'm constantly sharing that I'm a mom, that I'm a wife. This was last year before I actually got hired at my job that I'm at right now, but I was working from home full-time Beachbody last year, so I was constantly sharing that. Now I'm sharing that I can do both, that I can have a job outside the home and still run my business. So show people that you don't just talk the talk, but that you walk the walk. Show them that you're serious about your goals and that what you're doing, this is a lifestyle. You guys have to share this as a lifestyle. You're sharing your story. And that's what it is with social media. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be really fun, and it takes time to get good. So I know I probably went really fast towards the end, but it's going to kick me off. But thank you guys so much for making it to this call. If you guys are on live, thank you so much. I love it when you guys get on live and you kind of just carve that time out. And if you're watching the recording, I hope that you guys learned something new. Again, I have a lot of training on my YouTube channel as well. So thank you guys. Have a good night.